So hi everybody, it's Jeremy Heath here, and I'd just like to take a few minutes today to talk about value. It's a really important part of marketing. In the basics of marketing, we think about how to price our product or our service or the skill that we provide for optimum profit. So there's different ways of looking at value, and value means so many things to different people, and it becomes associated with cheap. And that's not the truth. There's actually four different types of value, and just taking a minute to understand those would help you to decide into which of these four brackets your product or your service fits, and allows you then to price competitively against others offering a similar thing. So just to take those four value statements, as they're called, one at a time, you'll very quickly feel and understand where your product fits in the overall scheme of things. So the first value statement that we want to talk about is where you pay more, but you get much more. So this would be the premium end of the market. It can apply to any product or any service, anything. So pay more, get much more would be associated with perhaps with luxury goods, with premium travel, for example, premium motor vehicles, that kind of thing. So we're willing to pay more for something, but we get much more, because value is about the exchange of money for benefit, if that makes sense. Then as long as the benefit outweighs the amount of money that we're asking, then that is value for money for that customer, if that's what they're looking for. So this is part of the wider topic of segmentation, targeting and positioning, and I'll talk more about that in a future video. But the first value statement then is pay more but get much more, and there are plenty of very, very successful brands, successful products that compete using that strategy. So the second value statement is pay the same but get more. So this is where a supplier of a product or a service or a skill says, look, we're no more expensive than those other lot, but with us you get something extra, whatever that might be: more product, a better service, better terms, credit terms, whatever, more hand holding, more customer service, longer lasting, whatever it is. So the second value statement then is to pay the same, get more. So that's right, compelling sale, isn't it? So we're no more expensive than those, but with us we give you something extra. It's a good place to be, actually. A lot of very, very successful businesses use that strategy. So then the third value statement would be to say pay less, get the same. So in that scenario, we're saying actually our product is directly comparable to our competitor, but from us it's cheaper. So we'll match exactly what you'd get over there, but we will charge you less. This is it's successful, but it can be a dangerous strategy, because of course then it's a race to the bottom. It invites the competitor to undercut you, and so on and so on, and down goes the price, and the margin then evaporates. When you look at the financials, by the way, of margins and profits, just a small amount of erosion of price reduces the profit by a substantial amount. So it can be helpful if you are a low-cost producer, if you can make sure that your costs are under control, you've got some kind of competitive advantage in your market in terms of costs, then pay the same, get more. Sorry, pay less, get the same is a reasonable strategy to adopt. There's another one, which is the fourth one, and this really is the budget end of the market, where we're saying to a customer, pay much less, even though you get a bit less. Okay, because that's still value, isn't it? As long as what we pay is less than the benefit that we get, then that's a done deal, isn't it? It's worth it. So an example in this market might be the value ranges, for example, in the supermarket, or the low cost, the budget airlines, where all the frills and stuff are stripped away to reduce the price. But it's for the customer to decide if the value of the goods that are stripped away and removed are worth it by, for the money that they save. So that fourth value statement then is pay much less, even though we know we get a bit less. If that extra isn't required, then so be it. Then we might as well save some money. So good examples would be budget airlines, also budget hotel rooms, for example, where there's no frills, just a basic service. So I really hope that explains the four value statements and allows you to think about where your products sit in that, and allows you then to think about pricing strategy for profit. So that's it from me. More videos on sales and marketing to come, but for today, hopefully that gives you some insight into the four value statements.